8 minutes. That's how long the so-called ceasefire between Iran and Israel lasted. Just 8 minutes. I did my video last night saying I was wrong, but apparently I wasn't. But while bombs were still falling, the real threat was already here, man. So Trump, furious. He sent out this message last night. Israel, do not drop those bombs. If you do, it's a major violation. Bring your pilots home. Now, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, he was given a warning, man, which is good. Somebody needs to put Israel in check, and he did. Now, Israel kept striking back. Iran fired back, or kept striking, then Iran fired back. But forget the Middle East for a second, because sleeper cells have just been caught inside of our own border. And I don't think people understand how serious this is. And for everyone we caught, there's probably 100 more that has not been caught. But let's first talk about the ceasefire. Okay, the headline told us ceasefire, reality, retaliation. Iran and Israel kept bombing each other harder than before. Precision strikes, mass casualties, zero trust. Trump was heading to NATO when it blew up again, and he let it freaking rip. Check him out.
Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
And you can see he's walking away mad. That dude is mad. He said they've been fighting for so long and so hard, they don't know what the F they're doing. I'm not happy with Israel. I'm not happy with Iran either. That's good. Put people in their place. But that's a direct quote from Donald Trump, man. That kind you don't hear from a teleprompter president. That's reality. That's realism. But while he's frustrated overseas, what is happening here is far worse. Okay, sleeper cells inside the U.S. Now, Kristi Noem talks about it here. Let me play this clip, and then we'll get into what's going on within the U.S.
An open border under the Biden administration that came from the Middle East. Have always been aware of the fact that some of these folks that may have come into our country could have potentially been radicalized. And so that is why we continue every day to go out and identify individuals that could be a threat to our homeland. And we'll continue to work to do that. We recognize that as tensions escalate, that means that there could be more potential for threats here at home. And so that's why we're at an elevated threat right now, and we'll continue to stay diligent.
Ahead of events like July 4th, is there a particular concern ahead of future events like that for yourself?
You know, there's been concern since I took this job. We have incredible threats to this country from many nations that are enemies to the United States of America. You know, it's not just Iran, it's North Korea, Russia, China. Consistently, every single day, are trying to threaten our way of life. So my job is to do all that I can to protect our country before something bad does happen.
When we talk about sleeper cells, a lot of the past, like in terms of hits on the president and other U.S. officials, those have been carried out, at least according to prosecutors, by individuals hired here, not sleeper cells. Is there a concern of something different?
We've seen both. We've seen some from overseas and some that have been here, maybe gone overseas for a short period of time, become radicalized and come back, or individuals that are right here in the United States. So we have to watch for all of it.
So you got to watch for all of it, she says. Now, the thing is that he's probably referring to Thomas Crooks and so on. The potential of having radicalized people along with citizens from other countries that came here through the Biden southern border is an exponential threat. Okay. But in the last 48 hours, 11 Iranian nationals arrested across the U.S. That includes former IRGC and Hezbollah members in Minnesota and a military trained Iranian sniper called in Alabama. Let me say that again. a trained enemy sniper was walking free inside the United States. This isn't some border mistake or paperwork issue. These are embedded foreign threats. And federal sources are saying this is just the beginning, right? Because what we saw, the ceasefire, is truly just a tactical pause. And Donald Trump pretty much says the real deal out loud here.
Did Iran make any commitments yesterday about uranium enrichment?
What?
About uranium enrichment?
They're not going to have enrichment, and they're not going to have a nuclear weapon, and they know that. They're going to get on to being a great trading nation. You know, they're very good traders. And they're going to be a great trading nation, and they have a lot of oil. They're going to do well. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
So did they
The
promise?
last thing on Iran's mind right now is nuclear weapons.
The last thing on their mind is nuclear weapons. But he said oil. Oil, that's a big one. But getting back to the Department of Homeland Security, they issued a threat bulletin. I've talked about it for the past few days, warning of violence inside the U.S. inspired by Iran-Israel war, not overseas, but here. Now, this is the thing. Yeah, the ceasefire happened. However, that doesn't mean these terrorist cells are going to stop. Okay, let's jump and show you the news clip discussing the arrests that were made.
Determined he lied on a visa application on Sunday, just 4 months after the Iranian foreign national was added to the U.S.'s known or suspected terrorist list. He was arrested in central Mississippi. He's now in ICE custody pending removal proceedings, and he's not alone. Over the past 48 hours, ICE officials have arrested 11 Iranian nationals spanning 8 states nationwide. Among them, 5 possessed previous criminal convictions. Their crimes ranging from grand larceny to drug and firearm possessions. Also among those apprehended, Ribbar Karimi. While arresting him in northern Alabama, ICE officials say they found his Islamic Republic of Iran Army identification card and allege he served as an Iranian sniper between 2018 and 2020.
So that man right there, sniper. Now we're getting threats about cyber attacks. We're getting threats about lone wolf violence, coordinated strikes, infrastructure sabotage, all from actors inspired by the escalation we just seen. Now, some have already been arrested, but others are still out there. So let's talk about what a sleeper cell actually is. It's not some Hollywood boogeyman. It's a real tactic used by hostile nations. A foreign national is planted, trained, funded, equipped, but they don't act immediately. They blend in, they take jobs, they live like you until the signal comes, and then they strike. Iran Quds Force has run these type of operations for years. Unit 840, for example, specializes in overseas sabotage. You think it's a coincidence they got caught this week? This isn't random. This is infiltration. They were probably planning to do something at this very moment. Now, what the arrest reveals is let's break it down. These arrests tells us that Hezbollah trained individual in Minnesota. Hezbollah is Iran's #1 proxy. That's not accidental. That's a plant. Iranian sniper, not just military, but trained to kill from a distance. 8+ states hit in less than 48 hours. These weren't local investigations. These were coordinated roll-ups. They weren't picked up for active plots, but they were positioned, waiting. You don't embed snipers in Alabama unless you're preparing for the freaking long game, ladies and gentlemen. In Alabama, right? That was a long game prep. So that tactical pause that we're seeing right now does not mean it's over, not by far. I don't trust these people whatsoever. And let's not forget why this happened. Fordow was hit, one of Iran's most fortified nuclear sites. Their retaliation back and forth. Trump stepped in, claimed a ceasefire. It collapsed within 8 minutes. That ceasefire is just nothing but a smokescreen, a technical pause at best. Both sides are never intending to stop. Now, I don't think at this point, and I think what Trump exposed is that we would not get involved in this nonsense. He dropped the F-bomb, about to get on the helo out of there, and let everyone know that he was not happy. He was not going to be involved. But while missiles are flying overseas, Iranian operatives are walking our streets. This is no longer just a regional war. This is an asymmetric war, and America is in it, whether you like it or not. Now, don't think the federal, that this is only a federal problem. Don't think DC will handle it. This is neighborhood level threat now. We're talking freaking Alabama. You need to be alert. Strange behavior near power plants and water treatment facilities. Keep an eye out. People photographing bridges, tunnels, substations, maybe out-of-place rental homes near infrastructure. Surveillance like loitering around schools, churches, and public events. They're not going to be wearing uniforms. They're going to look like a DoorDash driver, Uber Eats, or maintenance guy. A lot of them will do this, Uber Eats and delivery services, just so they can gain surveillance. Oh, I'm out and about because I'm delivering food. But really what they're doing is surveillance. They're going to look normal until they're not. Now, how can you prepare? One, situational awareness, staying frosty. I talk about this all the time. Stop walking around like you're safe just because it's America. Know your environment. Watch exits. Watch people's freaking hands. Watch what they're doing. Security layers at home. Motion lights, security cameras, real and decoys, reinforced doors and window locks. And you can get our Watchman series at blackscoutfilms.com, and I will teach you how to do all of that and how to handle a threat that once it gets inside your home. When you're talking about digital hygiene, we're looking at VPNs. Don't click any sketchy links. Encrypt important data. Physical gear, have a flashlight, right? Like our one with the stripe bezel, the BSS V6. Have some type of other deterrent, a blade, and then always stay strapped up. Firearm, okay, have one on you. Have backups. Now, backup comms, keep your power banks always charged. Always keep a power bank. Have an emergency radio or ham set up. And most importantly, your community network. Know your neighbors. Join or start a local watch group. Share intel, not fear. That's not what it's about. So you can join our group, Black Scout Tribe. Get to know people around your area. If you don't know anybody that's like-minded around you, join our group and you can find like-minded people and share intelligence. This isn't about paranoia. It's about being hard to kill in a world getting softer and more dangerous by the freaking hour. Now, here's the truth. The ceasefire didn't hold but 8 minutes. Right there, I think they got a ceasefire now, but it's only at a moment until it starts again, right? Trump ain't happy. And now we know the threat isn't coming. It's already here. Sleeper cells, snipers, foreign trained enemies in American zip codes. You can't wait on the government to save you because no one is going to be coming to save you. You have to be your own first responder, okay? So do 3 things. 1, share this video to get the word out. Drop a comment if you've seen something sketchy in your area, and subscribe for more updates because this war is far from over. It's just getting started, and you're already in the battlefield. Now, I do want to take a moment. We need to check in with Zelensky and see how he's doing. Since everything happened in Israel, seems like no one cares about Zelensky. I haven't seen any leftists walk around with Ukraine flags. Have you? They took his chair from him. Sad. All that money, the money train's stopping, right? But anyway, guys, you got to be prepared. You got to stay ready at all times. The threat is already here. And again, no one is coming to save you, man. That should be a doctrine that you live by. Also, before I forget, make sure you go get some of our Rearm creatine gummies, man. We've had an outstanding amount of comments saying how much they love it. We only have a few left. I've already got some more being made, but it's going to take some time. So make sure you go ahead and get some. We only got a few left. And Battleberry flavor, incredible. Also, I've kept the bottle in my gym bag in the truck in 100+ degree truck, right? And they're not melting. We make the best quality, and anything you buy from Black Scout Survival, I'm always going to make sure it's the absolute best quality. I'm here to provide solutions for problems. I'm not here to make a buck. So anyway, go get some Rearm tactical creatine gummies, man. I love them. And get some, throw in your gym bag, your bug out bag, what have you, before they're sold out. We have to wait for the next wave. Also, I'm coming out with pre-workout and amino acid gummies as well. I like the gummy format because you can take it on the go. You don't need to mix up and stir things and so on. Anyway, guys, share the video and always stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous.
2, 3. 1, 2.